person you just listened to made 4 million euros in 10 months in this business. So for me, it's worth hearing. I would think. How many of you have made 2 billion naira within 10 months? And you're here, you make 2 billion? So whatever you do, whether you're into oil and gas, whatever. Now, most of the time, people top down on network marketing and without knowing the strength of it really. Now, network marketing, by statistics, actually produce more time millionaires than any other industry in the whole world. But many of you don't know that, and the same thing that you don't want to talk about, I was there also. I never really liked network marketing because it has to disturb me for you to talk to people, stress people, and being a gentle person, I didn't really want to get into all that bullshit. So I just want to be myself, do my thing, and go bet. I read a book that really changed my own perspective concerning that by Eric Warren, Go Pro. And he said, I should become a professional in the game if I truly want to make the money. And he says, looking forward to a time where everybody will become a networker. That Pope starts saying, oh, I am a doctor, but also a network marketing professional. I am a pastor, but also a network marketing professional. That changed my life. And I also saw some of the things we were facing here in Nigeria, that they are trying to win people into the business, they seem not to be interested. And most of the time, these are people you're already doing better than in terms of finance, and they look down on you. So, of course, that helps you to not bring ego into the matter, and you're like, I don't want to disturb anyone. I just want to invest and keep quiet. Alright, so, and also it was the same issue they were having in America, so it wasn't really an African thing. Because before I thought it was just African thing and it was just maybe for broke people. That was another concept I was having. That's for poor people, it was not for real business people. Only for me to get to find out that network marketing was such a huge industry on its own. Now let's quickly talk on building lasting wealth. We just have the next 10 minutes to do that. Building a lasting wealth. Hey, how are you listening? Now there's a story I want to quickly share with us on a man who wanted to build wealth by all means. So not knowing what to do, he sold the only car that he was having and used the money that he got from the car to buy a golden wristwatch. He bought a golden wristwatch, beautiful wristwatch. And he was very happy about this wristwatch. And what did the man do? He put that wristwatch, looked for a cave in his home, in the office, and kept the wristwatch in that place. Every morning he gets to the office, he opened that cave and see that wristwatch and admire it. It was so beautiful and sparkling. You know, he was so satisfied that at least he has what? A golden what? Wristwatch. And this brings him joy every day. But somehow one day, one of the colleagues noticed that this man was always going to a particular spot to look at something and be filled with joy. And in his quest to find out what is actually giving this man joy, just by looking at something in this cage. And the man zoomed in with the camera, from the window, and find out that, okay, something must be there. He went there, checked it out, and found this golden wristwatch. And he took it away from there. Of course, this owner came again to check. He couldn't find his golden wristwatch. What gives him joy finally became something that brought him the what? Sorrow, Nasa. Now, everyone was trying to console this guy because he was devastated and that car, nobody could really console him. But of course, finally, another man just gave him something that will not console him. Okay, why don't you buy another wristwatch that looks golden, but it's just fake gold now, put it there, probably that will bring back your joy. And of course he has to do that. Now, I made a post for this event and I said, without intelligent investing, somebody has that post. I sent to you. Please check your WhatsApp. I want to read it out. Without intelligent investing, every dollar saved goes to zero. Just like that golden wristwatch that was saved. Was it? Now, do you know you can borrow gold out? You can use gold to borrow money from anywhere in the world. You know that? But this person kept his own. Oh yes, are you within that? Please read that out.
Without intelligent investing, all cash saved goes to zero.
Then what is the other thing?
Yes, the golden goose is only good if she lays egg continually.
You see that now? The golden goose is only what? Is only good if she lays eggs what? Continually. Not just lay eggs for 1 day or 2 days. If she will lay eggs what? Continually. There's other seed there, please. So that we have enough seed there. The golden goose. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, okay. The golden goose is only good if she lay eggs what? Continually. If she doesn't lay eggs, it's not good. So every dollar saved without intelligent investing goes to what? Zero. So all those money you're admiring in the bank, you don't want to use it, you don't want to spend it, you don't want to know what to do with it, understand that they actually goes to zero at the end of the day. At least by the time the CBN do their normal crazy things and debit you left and right. I once asked a banker in our meeting like this, that I used to meet up, say that this stamp duty for collecting the money, what did you really do? Because for a long time, no, we no longer stamp anything. He says it's the document that's stamping in the office. I said, your own document that you are stamping in the office, you are collecting my money for it. This year, I mean, was it last year now? There's this one of the senators, Dume, challenged them at the House of Assembly then and all of that. And CBN quickly changed that stamp duty name and call it another name now. If you are not aware, you better be aware. Electronic whatever. Because I've been questioning it for a long time. Now what are these stamping? Because you cannot be encouraging cashless society, you are still stamping something and you are collecting money. Just imagine if you're stealing. You know, I've always told you for the number one Ponzi, licensed Ponzi organization is the bank. When we say this, some of you don't take it serious. Because it's licensed should not blind you to their real practices. Imagine somebody has been stealing from every one of us, all the millions of people in the country, without things being real. Now just because it's coming to the House of Assembly now, this person has to now move it and quickly change the name from stamp duty because there's no way to prove it again any longer and call it electronic transfer fees or fees. Even that one is still stealing. They ought not to be charging us that, but they charge it. So that's why I call them licensed Ponzi scheme. If all of us enter a bank here and say we want to withdraw all our money, they will run out of cash. Because what is the future of Ponzi? It's not people that have to pay for. I collect from you, I pay this and collect. The day you people stop bringing money, there will be no money to run the company. Then you say it dies. That is MMM. That is every other Ponzi scheme. No. If there is no product or no services, then forget about it. There is no what? Business. Are we together? Now there are 3 things you do with money, basically. Is it that you save it, number 1. Number 2, you spend it. Number 3, you invest. That's it, yes, sir. Just 3 things you do with money. Number 1, you do what? You save it, you spend, and for that spending, you don't even need any anointing. All of us are anointed to spend. I hope you know that. You are anointed to spend. If you're earning 20,000 salary, by the time they increase it to 50,000 salary, you also increase what? Your spending ability. We are anointed for that, and you begin to complain, oh, there's no money, and all of that. Now, one of the things I jotted that I want us to read, I believe when it comes to investing, be interested in wherever you are investing in. Except 3 things to do with money. You do with money: saving, spending, and investing. But most of the time, what I also find out is that even those of you that actually invest, you don't follow up. You rather be calling your upline, hey, how far that thing we did that time, how far is it? You see, you are not actually master the habits of the rich. You are still with the habits of the poor. That's what we have the poor behave. Rich people don't behave that way. They behave differently. Once they invest, they are interested and they want to know what is happening there. Are we together? Be interested in any way you invest. So don't play with your money with anyone or with any system and zero your mind. Don't ever you joke with that. Don't trust your money with anyone or with any system blindly. Don't trust your money with anyone or system what? Blindly. Please don't do that. Know what is happening at all times. That's one thing that we were able to. That's why even when the delegates, they also do what? They inspect. Now I want to write this thing down. People don't do what you delegate. People don't do what you expect. People don't do what you expect. So that's why you get heartbroken most of the time. You don't need to be broken if you understand this law I'm bringing to you now. People do what you expect. Are we together? So this is, if you have this at the back of your mind when it comes to delegation, you will do better. So some of you delegate power and go to bed and sleep. And things go wrong and something comes back to you as a business person. Are we together? Because as far as you are concerned, you have delegated the assignment and you trusted the person to do it. But at the end of the day, you get disappointed. So understand that people don't do what you expect, they do what you expect. So you delegate, but you are still the GO, the overseer of the whole assignment. Just to make sure, because everything matters when it comes to delegation. If the assignment must be fulfilled, everything must come to a happy conclusion. You have to inspect it. So I'm saying the same thing to you. Don't invest in this system and go to bed and sleep. Check out, follow up, what is happening. I get surprised that you invest and you go to bed. Why? The money doesn't matter to you. Even if it's 1,000 naira, let it matter to you. Some of us will listen to, are we the owner of the company? How come you listen to us? Because we took responsibility in the same area where you decided to go to bed and sleep. So understand today that you can be disappointed because there is no perfect what? Investing or perfect system. Alright. There is no perfect investing anywhere in the world. Settle that in your heart. No matter how good any investing is, there's still a little bit of it. That is what it is. There's no perfect investing anywhere in the world. That is the reason you should not go to bed and sleep. Follow up. Another point, please be passive conscious or be cash flow conscious. Be cash flow conscious. Now let's just quickly explore this, then we'll round off here. Investing versus speculations. Most of the time, I was discussing something with one of my leaders who came from Abuja this morning, came from Abuja this week, and they decided to join us this morning. And was talking about how people just speculate and be buying coins here and there, and lose everything. And many of them, because they decided to become what? Analysts, instead of being reinvestors. So we have investing versus what? Speculation. Many people who have lost money in cryptocurrency, they were actually on what? Speculations. And I've met quite a number of people on the road and I tried to talk with them about business. I even just talked to one lady right now out there. She promised to join us. She's through eating. Oh, crypto, I don't crypto. You see? Many of them came into crypto with what? The second was speculation, under speculation. Oh, so we even tell you I bought cryptocurrency. You now be wondering what do you mean by you bought cryptocurrency? It's like you're saying you bought the whole Nigerian stock market. And you say that because you see, that's to even let you know. And they actually invested. Some of them, just because they don't want to pass their money through you, they go online and Google cryptocurrency and be looking for where to buy. And they don't even know what to do, they just lose all the money. Don't leave your investment to what? Don't leave your life to what? Speculations. Please don't do that. Don't leave your money to speculations. It's too much money to leave what? To speculation. No matter how much it is, whether it's 1,000 naira, no, it's a whole lot of money. Don't leave it to speculations and do something reasonable with that. So, big investment. Now, most of the time, those who are what? Speculations conscious, they are always on what? On the short term mindset. So that's why they prefer trading. How do you start a business and want to start with trading? Even me that I've been here for years now, I don't even do trading. You are starting a business, you are starting your life with trading. That is heavy gamble. Somebody that's played Nigeria bet is better than you. Oh yes, he just know that I just want to play this football. After all, I watch Arsenal versus Man U for a long time. I can easily even predict what will happen. That person is even better than you. So you don't live your life to speculation. You don't take your money and begin to speculate and play around the internet thinking that you are doing something. No, it's just too risky. So I call them risky trading. All right, in trading you can make money. There are people that live with trading, yes, but they are masters in the game. Even at that, they still lose money crazily. So something can just work when you make all the money. Just last week, the whole cryptocurrency was bloody. Just because America was questioning Binance. Thank God they prevailed. So they have to stop America to allow Binance to continue. Just that little questioning alone, it sent fear. That's why I always tell people that, you see, the rising of cryptocurrency, all the stock market, actually is based on what? On hope. If good things are happening in this country, okay, we just experienced all-time high in our stock market for the last 15 years. Are you aware of that? Many of you are not even aware of that. Just because of the new administration, that the Jagaba himself is firing this one, is employing this one, all of that. It's like his campaign, wherever, the Renew Hope. It's just only that. The stock market just experienced 15 years all-time high. Now, when you are greedy, that's when you want to come in. And Warren Buffett warned us that when they are greedy, be what? Be fearful. And when they are fearful, what? Be greedy. Somebody now, this is the time you want to buy stock. And by the time you buy something, those die. It's all this thing, they all shit. No, it's you that don't understand how this thing works. We've been in bear market in cryptocurrency for the last 1 year. When do you think is the best time to accumulate the crypto? Now. But many of you will start running head-to-head and even borrow money to buy any crypto next year when the bull run starts. That time, we will be smiling to the bank, we'll be cashing out. So understand the game. If you want to play the game of money, then you better understand it. So please, you have a short term in your mind, that means it's speculation. But for those of us who are investment conscious, phone please, I said this thing that time, that's always like that. When I say check your phone, you will not check. If you don't want to be talked to harshly, please respect certain guidelines anywhere you find yourself. Very important. Very important. I always tell people that my phone has not rang out in the last 6 or 7 years. Not once. And I hardly miss any call. Because for me, they call it handset, it should be in my hand. I said I'm doing training like that, that's on the table. So if it's my hand, if you ring, I should know. I'm not a child, I'll be looking for one ringing tone. In fact, you disturb my thinking in a flow. I might be reasoning on something, I try to get a solution, then one phone ring will just ring to come on. If you are looking for music, on your TV and get some good music. So let's learn some of these things. It's the habit of the wealthy. You can't be on the table with any wealthy man, his phone is ringing out, go find out. No, master some of those habits. I've been practicing it for a long time, even when I was in one room. That I remember a female student came with me from school that time when I was doing my diploma, visited me in my Lausa house. She was so disappointed. She couldn't marry where I was living and the way I was talking. When I was broke, I couldn't talk poor. I started practicing this phone, not ringing out, put it on vibration. She couldn't just understand the truth. I said, no, Becca, Alright, me talking poor will not change anything, so what's the essence of it? So let me learn the language of the wealthy. I told you they all have their languages. Poor people have their languages. When somebody accepted poverty, I know because his language shows to me how we the poor masses now we the suffer. You are broke, you have accepted it unconsciously that you can't do anything about this your matter. Are you getting me? So when I talk about the elite, you don't count yourself to be among them. That is why it's getting slower and slower. You don't understand this in work. We live in a spiritual dimensional world. What you say, wells and waters, they get them. They water the seed germinates and gives you shade or put in the desert, depending on whatever you are doing with it. Wells matter, don't joke with them. The Bible says, do not say it's an error before an angel. Understand these things. So practice them. Oh, he's so lucky. He just hammer. I told you the language of thieves and 419 and Yahoo boys. They don't hammer. It's not the language of the wealthy. When the wealthy man becomes wealthy, he knows what they have been practicing. It's a long journey. He didn't just suddenly become wealthy, and he doesn't get surprised. You are the only one that is surprised. Say, don't hammer. It's the language of 419 and Yahoo boys. Don't use it. Bible says, do not say confederacy to what they say confederacy to. Do not speak their language. We have our language. Come on. We have our language. We talk ourselves up, and we do it in the process of time. So we don't just jump into wealth. See that guy, don't change. No. This guy, we live in the church together now. Oh, yeah. See my room, see his room. In the same house. Didn't you know my practice? Were you surprised? No, never. Never. You can't see me do slippers trekking on the street too. That was another practice I was doing. It's just because I'm living in one room, I'm now wearing slippers and I'm walking on the street. No. If I'm going now, I'm taking my shower, dressed neatly with the little ones I had then. I was practicing it. So only 419s and not those and thieves say they use the word don't hammer. That was the just build refinery. Cost $19 billion and done the partners investment. If everything becomes $100 billion tomorrow, you will not be surprised. He will not come to the church to share testimony. He won't bother. They've already predicted it. It's what we call sure predictability in manufacturing, in lifestyle. You can't go and buy a stout and they now bring Coke just because both of them they are black. No. By the time you taste it, no, it's not Coke I sent for. I sent for what? A stout. Sure predictability. Why are you so sure? Because you are sure of the outcome. How come you are not sure of your life like that? How come you are not sure of the process to take you to your financial rest? Every investment to use is for you, and you are still where you are. 5 years, you're still there. 10 years, you're still there. Why don't you just try something that's okay? Let me follow these people and follow the word pattern, and you will get there. I tell you the truth. It's not a miracle. I told you money is not mystical. Stupendous wealth is not mystical. It's a product of value creation. And if you do it over and over a time, it will lead you to the predictable end. Simple as ABCD. You don't need to kill your girlfriend. You don't need to kill your mother to become wealthy. And after all, the 10 wealthiest people in the world, none of them have lost their wives or their mother. So can't you do the deception? The devil has given it to you, and you believe it. So whoever makes money says lucky. Oh, really? Okay. Don't worry. What do you go hammer? Don't worry. Chena hammer, you want hammer. Not below. If you rely on speculation solely, you will end up unhappy. That will not be your portion in Jesus' name. Amen. Now the final submission. This also was said by Warren Buffett. As a man that he started picking stocks as a teenager. Some of you want to become wealthy as Warren Buffett. He's an old man. But go check his story. He started picking his stock, what? As a teenager. At that time, some of you were still playing games. To you, there was time. Somebody was already building his wealth. And you are not surprised as an old man is very wealthy. No, that's what it is. Now, he gave us something to watch out when it comes to this investment and speculation. Rule 1, never lose money. Please write it down. Warren Buffett said that. Rule 1, never what? Lose money. Rule 2, never forget rule 1. What a way. Rule 1, never what? Lose money. Rule 2, never what? Forget what? Rule 1. I put Warren Buffett there. I just echo what he said. you have written it down, can we echo it together? 1 to go. Rule 1.
Never lose money.
And rule 2. Never forget rule 1. Thank you. That is MBA with Ambassador Light. Now let's get to the reason why all of us are here today. The training for today. Oh, sorry. Now, this company called Safia got started 2 years ago. It's a Dubai-based company. Like I've said to so many of you, when this opportunity came 2 years ago, there was no direct flight from Nigeria to Dubai. We could get visa, but there was no flight flying to Nigeria. Right now, you can't even get visa. I just pray that this present administration will reverse that. So I have to follow Cotonou to Dubai I wanted to investigate and find out about Safia as a company. I didn't want to get my people to start investing in wrong platform. Like you guys have done in the past, you lost a lot of money. I didn't want that. That's why 2 years running, I've stayed here without moving. I've had leaders who have joined me, but because of their impatience, because they are used to speculations, they left to other Ponzi schemes and all of that. So they've all lost their money as usual, but we are still here. And we have made small millions from this place, a few millions in the last 3 years. And I started flying business class ever since I started this business 2 years ago. Before then, I never used business class flight. Alright, so we're always looking for economy. You know the way we look for economy. Not just only economy, you're still looking for the cheapest. And there's a name they call particular one you buy. You cannot even review the ticket. There's another one, I don't know the name they call it. When you buy that, and there is a change, they tell you, say no. Is it that you forget about the money or you fly by force? You can't even switch the ticket to another state. You know there are tickets like that. So I left that company and I joined the company of the high-tech people. Now, Safia is a high-tech distribution company for high-standard people. Are you a high-standard people?
Yeah.
Okay, let me do like a Nigerian Charles Okocha. Are you phenomenal?
Yeah, phenomenal.
Are you phenomenal? Yeah. You are phenomenal. That boy is so crazy. He will be saying it as if you are not hearing over and over again. And the something has actually given him a name. You know. So you are a high-tech distributor also. If you're working for a high-tech distribution company, who are you? You're also a high-tech what? Individual. High-tech personality. Alright? I hope this thing you're responding. Okay. So what is my thing?
Slideshow.
Pardon? Oh, he wants me to do the other one. That is what he wants me to do. Let me see. I think it's not the reason. After it's working, this is going to affect my movements. Okay, let's manage it like that then. Alright, so now we have a vision as a company, Safia Group International provides its community with highly innovative hardware products and software solutions in different product categories like education tech and tech as well as blockchain tech. Safia does not offer any financial services such as crypto trading, arbitrage, coin selling, and buying. I think that is very direct. We are not into selling of coins, we are not into buying of coins. In case you go out there and say, want to prospect someone and let's come and buy coins. We are not selling what? Coins. So get that one straight. And we are not into arbitrage trading. Arbitrage trading is buy low here, sell high on the other side. Maybe 2 exchanges. It's not a new really world. Somebody can go to Ebute Meta and buy something cheaper, bring it to a Ikeja market and sell high. That's simply what arbitrage simply means. So even on online, there are things like that. Same product could be selling cheaper in a particular exchange. And if you are very good in trading, you quickly buy and you notice that this other exchange is higher there. It could just maybe with 1 cent or $2 difference. You just quickly say and make us something. But it's good for people who are actually whales in the market, who are big investors, who have enough money. Somebody that's trading with 10 million naira, for example, If he does ability trading, he can turn the 10 million to 12 million in a matter of 30 minutes. Are we together? So that is just that. But if you are doing with $100, for me, you got no business there. Because you may even lose it from the gas fee of trying to swap from here to here. So what we do actually, we focus on the hubs or the machines that produce the coins. Are we together? So that gives us an edge. I know a lot of you lost money in shares some years ago, 2007, 2008. But you lost money there? You bought shares that time? Some of you did, you lost money. And the reason you lost money is because you bought shares directly, just like those people are buying what? Coins today in the crypto. Are we together? Alright? But do you know there are people they call shareholders on a yearly basis or quarterly basis? They share, they distribute dividends to them. The same banks that you lost money in the shares you bought, and you never really asked what could have happened. How come I lost money in shares and this other person invested in the same bank and they are giving you what? Profit every year. Alright? The major reason because you just bought from the market and many of you never even have the what? The certificates. Because you didn't have, because the first thing the broker is going to ask you is that where is your what? Certificate. What do they want to call that certificate? Share certificate. Alright, so now those who invested in the system of the business of those banks are the shareholders, because many of them are not allowed to sell their shares within a particular time. So in this in the crypto space we call it what? Staking. Some of us could also do this. After you have minted your coins, you stake them. So you see, those who invested in the system of the bank, what they actually did was that what? They literally staked their money or their shares, not to be sold within maybe the next 5 years, the next 10, because the bank need the money to be running their affairs. If they allowed everybody to be selling, you could sell and take the money to go and buy shares of another bank. So they will be the one losing really. But allow the money to stay within the system, give them edge to be able to do a whole lot of projects they could do within the bank that will make the share to go up what? In value. Are we together? So what we do here also, we buy machines, or we call them hubs, to produce or mint coins for us. This is the language we use. On what? On the daily basis. Now, Safia, actually, this is our office. We have an office at this place. If you have ever been to Dubai, this is one place you must like to visit or you have visited. It's called what? Burj Khalifa. This is the tallest building in the world. They are building another one, but at the moment, it still remains what? The tallest building. When I met Safia 2 years ago, they were just in one of those skyscrapers in Dubai. But today, they're actually right here now in the #1 spot. What I noticed, climbing on the elevator of this building, which happens to be the fastest elevator in the world, you can't just climb this building without your passport being scanned. So that also is giving me a feeling they will not be allowed to own an office here if you are a Ponzi company. So it's not just a place where they are begging you to come and rent a place, no. It's so special to them. I have visited different skyscrapers in Dubai, and there was never anyone that you have to scan my passport, only this place. So that means they know the number of people that climb this building every day. So we are dealing with companies that actually read with locations and all that. Now these are all the companies that we're dealing with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have another one, 6, called VOO. I'm yet to update my slide. Now all these companies, they all have physical presence. Alright, this one is still drones, focusing on the drone market. Cargo drone to go to move goods from places to places, from countries to countries, and cities to cities. Now we have Tupa. Tupa also is focusing on afforestation, reclaiming the earth. We don't want the earth to go everywhere to become desert, so they encourage to plant trees. You know, the world government, they're actually interested in the climate change. And we have Regardless. Regardless is a movie company. It's a documentary of a networker who started from zero, who has become what? A billionaire, and they did it, and they're already showing it around, in different cinemas around the world. We have Avinok Aviation Company. You're going to see my picture where I flew in the private jet 2 years ago in Dubai. So this is another company with a physical presence. Then we have CD. CD is a real estate company. For those of you that are already into real estate, so be learning how to tokenize what? Your real estate. That's the next thing you're going to be seeing in Nigeria in no distance time. So that you learning ahead of time now is good for you. Okay, so you can tokenize anything and bring everything to the blockchain space. So if you look at all the companies, they all have what? Physical presence. How do you become part of it? Is to buy any of the machine that you can afford and mint coin for you on a daily basis for no less than 10 years. This is the reason I like minting and MLM as far as the crypto space is concerned. I don't really subscribe to trading because the volatility is just too much. Are we together? So I'd rather mint. Let me go to predict, okay, this is how many I could mint, and then I wait for the value of the price to go up in the market in no distance time. So now I always tell people, give it a minimum of 1 year, whatever investment you are doing, 1 year, 2, 3 years, definitely you should be smiling. Now we have a whole 360 ecosystem, all the things that actually support our growth, that support our business, and everything is here. We don't have time to be mentioning all of them. So now please, let's do this together. I love this also. 1 to go. Digitalization of the world. The world who are handling with digitalization, blockchain technology, and tokenization will be the winners in the future. I broke this thing down last week, Saturday, on this. Bill Gates said something. In the nearest future, there are going to be just 2 business persons. Number 1, those who do business online, and number 2, those who are doing business. For me, that was very, very shocking because I was expecting Bill Gates to say those who are doing business offline, but he simply said those who will not be in business. And that actually reminded me of a book that he wrote years ago. And years ago, he wrote a book, and they call it Business at the Speed of Thought. So you are distracting me. Please pick that phone and
It's already on the airplane.
please. So business, he wrote a book. Well, reading that book now might look outdated. Because when he authored that book, the internet was just coming out. So a lot of things that is predicted have already happened. Okay? But you can just look for the book, just read, just to get your mind, something to get there. Business at the book at the speed of thought. One of the chapters of that book is called the paperless office. That's exactly what is happening right now. So you don't need a whole lot of people to do a lot of things, and that's what we're doing. So if you want to be happy in the future, then he said you have to become what? Digitally conscious and inclined. Otherwise you become what? Analog. You are too analog conscious, you become digitally useless. I once posted a thing like that. When you become analog, when you become too analog conscious, you become what? Digitally what? Useless. And you don't want that to be your story. Okay? Understand where we're going, and those who are ruling our world. Then tokenization. The tokenization project is going to $24 trillion. This is actually the projection. And at the moment, the cryptos that the companies that can actually tokenize the project are no more than 10. If that is the case, you divide this by this, it simply means that a particular company should be controlling like $2.2 trillion in the nearest future. And if this be the case, how much of the bites are you going to have if you don't have your investment here? You know, I said last week, this is how some of these people analyze why you focus only on the supernatural. They also do this analysis and know where the money is going. I know where to quickly put the money. Are we together? Now, if $24 trillion is coming, and you are sure a particular company could enjoy $2.2 trillion, then where are you putting your money? For the last time in this training, as far as maybe this year's for sign, let me say this again. The GDP of Africa continent in 2019 reports is put at the African continent. This just in Nigeria. It's put at $2.2 trillion. All the fights are fighting for Yoruba land, fighting for Igbo land. This is the money. Is if you don't understand this, you just be killing your people for nothing. And be doing tribalistic and trabagiga and all the nonsense. But I'll show you 4 companies that are worth $4 trillion as of this report 2019. Apple plus Microsoft plus Facebook plus Amazon. Just these 4 companies alone, what? Almost double what? The whole of African continent. I see your life now. And when we tell you to invest in this space, you say no. You want to invest in the one you can see. But this is how far they can go. With all the mountains from Cairo to Nigeria, from there to South Africa, whatever it is, all of them put together is just 2.2. That's if all things be equal. If your crude oil does not go down in production, if those who are mining their golds, they've done anything different, this place could be. Now, if a wealthy person wants to invest, instead of going to different altar and be shouting, Father, or the voice, I will tell you that is not the way you talk to your father. So when you are shouting like that, I don't understand who you are praying to really. Learn how to communicate to your father. He's a loving father. All this, why? What are you saying exactly? We are not getting the message. You are not being spiritual. You are just being what? Religious. You are not getting the message correctly. Now, when a wealthy person wants to invest, he wants to first of all study all these things and know, okay, where do I put my money? Now, if I ask you, between an economy that is $2.2 trillion and an economy that is $4 trillion, where would you like to invest in? Because I invest in this place and pray less. You invest in this place and you are still fighting village people in the night. Now, to make it worse, the African Development Bank also in that 2019 said that the African economy, the GDP will be growing at 3% in the next 5 years. The 5 years will elapse by next year. 3% in the next 5 years. Meanwhile, they also gave a report of Microsoft that within the same 5 years space, it's going to be going at 51%. I'm asking, I want to ask again the question. Which one would you like to invest? An economy that's going to be going at 3% in the next 5 years, or an economy that will be going at 50%? Which one would you like to invest in?
50%.
But the truth is because you are saying that because you are here. If you are not here, this is what you want to invest in, and wake up 2 a.m. and think you are spiritual and be binding and losing, and say all the witchcraft they are awake, they are in coven. Therefore, me too must be in my own coven and be praying. And you are now working against the scripture that says, "Giveth his beloved good sleep." You are supposed to be sleeping. You will not sleep because you are misinvesting. You are investing without analyzing the market, without finding out what is happening, what is the possible growth of the market. And be binding and losing and causing all your village people. And only for you to travel to the village, they are looking fresher than you. It's not, everything is not just prayer. You see, you'll be able to pray well when you understand the dynamics of the economies of the investment you want to do. You will not change your prayer point. Not that one you are praying, and that one you are praying, you will stay there for too long. That's my worry. So you need to change the prayer point. Understand how this works. Do you really think that, oh, this all-loving God wants you to suffer the way you are suffering? No. Do you really think that? He said that when you ask your child for a bread, do you give him a stone? When your child asks for fish, do you give him a snake? He said, how much me? Your heavenly Father. Have you ever thought of that? So you think really want to see you suffering? Oh, you think the brain he gives to you, he wanted you to block it so that it can be disturbing you? Have you ever told your children, any one of them, and said, come on, grow up, are you still a baby? Why do you use that word? Because you expect at this level, you're able to comprehend certain things. So imagine you are Balagba not disturbing God. Just imagine what God is saying. What is wrong with this boy again? I gave him a compartment, they had this, to help him, navigate through issues. But he blocked that one. And he said, Father, shaga. When you shaga finish, you can see here 3%. All your investments still here. Just shaga. And if anything happens more, there is war in Sudan. It's part of the GDP. Don't forget that. Nothing is every day. That means you reduce to 2.5. The possibility of 3% is already being tampered with. Of course, you know all our farmers are not able to farm ever like before. It's still affecting the 3%. Bible says, sowing where moths and all of them cannot eat. It wasn't just talking about heaven. These are some of the places. Your village people cannot make apple to go down because of only you. No, apple can't go down because of village people. The wealth of apple, if you eat your village, all the witchcraft will be praying for the man that founded apple. They can't stand it. The wealth of Bill Gates, in fact, he has killed all the polio in Nigeria. Prayer couldn't kill polio, but Bill Gates has used his wealth to kill all polio in this country. Oh, you are not aware? Okay. You don't have polio children flinging leg all the time because of Bill Gates. The only place they still have it in the north is because they didn't bring out their children on time because of their belief system over there. So understand how the world works. Facebook, none of you pay money to join Facebook. You think the man is playing. He holds the whole continent here. Over 4 billion people subscribe to Facebook. Why won't he be wealthy? Are you getting my practice? So Amazon, just help you sell, collect money. Everybody now must put book on Amazon. At the beginning it was a funny name. Today it has become an empire. So please, this is how what we're talking about. So if I'm also telling you about organizations in 4 trillion market coming, you don't jump in when we are reaping. You jump in when we are sowing. That's where you enter. Then you have the patience factor. Let it be there. It's called delayed gratification. Humorously, I've told people so many times. When your pastor says, don't touch that girl till you marry, he's only trying to talk to you as an adult if you have actually grown up. But who has not grown up, say, Pastor, believe that thing. I know we'll test with and one chop later. You see that? Now, Pastor can also bring it down. It's only a child that buys a car. I will be pitching it on the road before he gets home. I hope you are aware. When an adult buys a car, does he eat it on the road? No. He gets home, prepare custard, and settle down and enjoy it. That was what Pastor was trying to communicate to you, that you didn't get the message. In business, it's the same thing. Many of us behave like Esau. What it should be eaten tomorrow, we can't wait. We must eat it now. After all, I did investment last time. I didn't see it. Because that fear is actually your trouble now. And we laugh over Esau. Esau said, give me this porridge, lest I die. And we have never seen anyone who died for not eating just 24 hours. And Esau was a hunter. How could he have just died for 1 day? So don't come here to invest for 3 months. Minimum 1 year. But if within that 1 year, the market is booming, we are not stopping you from selling. Sell and recover your money. But don't carry that mindset of a speculation. Of a speculator that, okay, this one want to do 2 months, 3 months. This is not MMM. It's called investments. Oh, Dangote Refinery, everybody's running that there. Those who enjoy it bought land there 10 years ago. I hope you know. Bought plot of land for 200,000, 300,000. Today, they are selling for 50 million. Hey, what's this? What's a lie? Are you seeing this? Is this online investment? Hello, are we together? What are you seeing here? Dead what? Dead. Somebody said chicken fowl, which one? Is it dead? We will call them that. Since you are thinking. Dead what? Dead. Okay. So we can not understand for one. We can nearly chicken bird. So when we call our hand. So now go rest. Imagine this is the portrait of somebody who woke up in the morning to his portrait and saw the bros dead. This is not online. Somebody was building about 15 or 20 story building before in Ikoyi. Some years ago, was it 2 or 3 years now? And it collapsed one day. And I learned a lot of people have already bought different floors of that project. That is not online. So let's read this together. I want to go to every business. There is an element of risk. Take your own risk today. Make up your mind, do business. If you are waiting for a risk-free business, you are not ready to be wealthy. This is not online. Imagine this person took money from the bank to have this massive portrait. Look at it, very massive. And you wake up in the morning, you don't even know which can blow one way, a breeze, and all of them come. Before you, it takes God for you not to have cardiac arrest on this. So, that is the end of this particular session of investment updates.